Hey folks, so the first step in setting up Ubuntu on your Windows machine is to go to the Microsoft Store. In the search bar, we're going to search for Ubuntu 24. Here we can see the first version that came up is Ubuntu 24.04, which is the latest version. So let's click Get and download that. The file is around 5 gigabytes in size, so you'll need at least that much free on your hard drive, and it's going to take a few minutes to download. So while that's going, we're going to swap into Windows PowerShell and start some commands. To start Windows PowerShell as administrator, I searched for it in the search menu near the start key, and when PowerShell appeared, I right-clicked on it and selected the option Run as Administrator. Now, going back to the GitHub, we can see there are two commands to paste into PowerShell. The first command is going to enable the WSL feature in Windows. I've copied and pasted the command, so let's hit enter. It's going to take a few minutes to install. Once we see the message that the first command has executed successfully, we can type the second command. WSL set default version 2. This sets WSL to the latest version. Now, before we proceed to reboot the machine like it suggests in the GitHub, there is one more step we can do, and that's to enable us to allow PM2 to restart in Linux every time our Windows machine starts. One of the functions we'll be using is the Node Process Manager or PM2 command in Linux. This will let us manage the script even when we restart our machine or it crashes, so it's a great tool. However, on Windows we need to enable this slightly differently. So I followed the command and pressed the Windows key +R to bring up the Run menu, and there I've typed shell:startup. Now we can see in the bottom folder it's our startup programs in Windows. For me it's only Telegram, and in the top folder there's our Linux repository, and in the pop-up notepad I've shown the three words that appear in the batch file: WSL PM2 resurrect. So if we take the file in the repository, drag it into our startup menu, that means when we reboot, the PM2 service is going to restart every time. The final piece of the puzzle is to go to the start menu and click on the new Ubuntu 24.4 icon. As we can see, while it doesn't look like much, but it is a fully functioning Ubuntu system embedded within Windows. On the first startup, it asks us to enter a username. I shall put my first name. Then hopefully it's going to ask us for a password. So I'll just type a simple password there, and to confirm the password here. Once we reach this phase, the rest of the setup is in common with the standard Ubuntu setup, so let's follow along with that in the next video.